Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Needle. Welcome back to my channel for a new video. In today's video, I'll be covering how you can have better crosshair placement in Fortnite, as well as better movement when it comes to getting in close range fights. Fortnite nowadays is very box fight dominant. Whether you're taking a fight in a solo game, an arena game, or you're playing someone in creative, it's probably going to revolve around or end the fight in a box fight. Everyone wants to be really close quarters and try to hit the hardest pump shot, so having good crosshair placement and good movement in close range encounters is more important now than it ever has been in Fortnite. Before I go any further in the video today, I would like to let you guys know, if you do enjoy this video or any of my content at any point, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications if you do want to see more. As of recently, it looks like only about 5% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed, so let's try to make that change and get some more subscribers. So without further ado though, let's jump right into the video. Now, to get into the main topic of today's video with crosshair placement in Fortnite, I have to cover two basic fundamentals, I would say. The first one being just general crosshair placement, understanding how to center your shots when running around. A lot of people, they just have poor crosshair placement in general. They'll be running around a building, and instead of lining their headshot at shotgun level just in case somebody does pop out, they'll be trying to like look through edits or looking down or looking up, just all around having overall bad crosshair placement. So I'll go into that more specific. And then the other aspect of crosshair placement is more Fortnite based with edits. So if you guys have ever heard of the peanut butter peak, this is kind of the basic and fundamental of box fighting and crosshair placement together. So without further ado, let's jump in and break those down. All right, now the number one tip, the number one piece of advice I could give you guys when it comes to just having general good crosshair placement, especially for shotguns, is trying to keep your crosshair always headshot level, whether that's when you're running a corner, just looting a building, or you just know you're going to be in a shotgun fight soon. Always want to run around with your crosshair at the same kind of distance vertically right there. So look at me right now when I'm just running around. Whenever I'm navigating through builds or I'm playing box fights against anybody, I'm always trying to keep my crosshair just right here like this. This way, I already have it vertically set up. I should not ever have to move my crosshair vertically unless someone's doing some sort of like crouch spam or they're jumping up and down. I always have to leave it like this. I only have to change the horizontal. So it's just like one less thing I have to do while I'm aiming. And anyways, if someone does pop up while I'm running around and they just do hop up in my face, I already have my shotgun at their head. So I'm going to hit way harder shots than they do. And hopefully if I have a purple or gold pump, I'm just going to 200 pump them. This is what I always do when I'm playing creative box fights. I feel like it's the number one tip I can give you guys because you're going to hit way more headshots. And it's just the best overall tip I can give you guys to start having better crosshair placement, because you're going to be lining up headshots compared to lining up body shots. You'll see this is like a big issue when people are editing. So let's say someone is trying to like open up and edit like this, which isn't, the worst edit if you can kind of peek and hit your shot quicker, but you're going to be exposing yourself a lot just doing this edit. I have confirm edit release, so it's a little different for me. So I got to like take a little more time. But so basically, let's say you do this edit like this. A lot of people, they'll just leave their crosshair like in the bottom right for some reason. Like they'll edit and be like already over here. Instead, why don't you just, since they're in the box, why don't you do the edit like this? And when you confirm it, already have your shotgun ready up here like this where their head's going to be, so you're gonna hit a harder shot. So just stuff like that and going slow over time just to make sure you turn this into a habit is going to help you a lot, because obviously sometimes I forget it's hard to always play like this. As a general rule of thumb, try to always remember to do this, and over time you're going to build a habit of it. You're going to become way better and hit way harder shots with this. And for the second tip, it's more of like a box fighting fundamental, just an edit that you need to know if you're playing box fights or you're taking a box fight in the game. And it's this little peanut butter edit like this where you split the wall in half like this. I'm sure you've maybe seen other videos about it, or if you ever watch Unknown, that's where I heard him first start referring to this as a peanut butter, and he always is doing this. This is just the best peak. It's the most covered peak in the game, because the way you jump out of this is, let's say there's a guy over in this box. If I know he's gonna like peek through here, all I have to do to take the shot is jump up and then shoot it. So you try to like kind of maybe line your crosshair up in the wall beforehand. That's how I do it, at least. So let's say I know he's like right here. All I have to do is jump up and shoot him like that. Why this is so good is because look how protected you are when you jump out of this. It's just the most protected peak in the game. You could literally win fights by just abusing this right here and knowing how to use this. Let's say you're in this guy's spot, you're like in this wall right here, you have an edit up like this. You're gonna see my head for like 1 second. Like you gotta like shoot right here and like line this up. That's such a hard shot to hit. Well, on my end, it's super protected. So this is just like the best peak in the game. You need to know about this peak. Honestly, if you can take someone's wall and just do this real quick, you're gonna win a lot of fights. If you don't shoot the wall, but something like this, and just you'll win a lot of fights. And those are like the two fundamentals you need to know before everything else. Now let's break down some in-game footage, show you guys some other good examples of crosshair placement and good habits you can build over time. Here we have Sober in a 1v2, getting pressed really hard, ends up getting his wall yoinked right here. So he lines up a nice headshot, hits him for 120 to back him off for a bit, but he's still getting pressured by the other guy. So he runs up on his box, hits him with a nice peanut butter, gets a nice shield crack on the guy, but he knows the other one's on him, so he edits out on him, but he does jump up, kind of jumps over the headshot. overall has better crosshair placement with the tracking as he lines a couple AR shots up, and now he's just looking for the other one because he knows it's a 1v1, so he decides to pressure up, start spraying with his assault rifle, ends up taking this wall, so he just tries to get in, starts spraying, hits the first shot, misses a couple, but overall is better tracking and better aim, and gets a nice easy up close spray. In this clip, I get a couple good examples of how to hit hard shots from low ground, so I know my opponent's about to drop down on me somewhat soon, so he makes an edit. We'd make a nice little trade. He ends up missing, but I do crack his shield, and now he's putting a fish on, so I'm going to try to hit another shot here while he's actually healing up. So I'm low ground here trying to find an angle I can peek from, so I jump up here, just end up breaking this wall because it's one hit, and I see him healing up, get a nice quick little pump for 100 on him. And now I know he's cracked and running out of heal, so I'm just trying to push and be annoying again. So I get under his box. I have the floor edit, so I think I can mess with this. Maybe he'll jump down, but he ends up just staying above me, and he ends up trying to take this cone to go for a little peek. Hit a quick edit on him, end up drilling a nice shot from low ground there, spray with my AR, and end up hitting another shot to end the fight. Now we have a few examples from some 1v1 build fights in creative here. These fights tend to be a little bit quicker than box fights just because of how much building and going up you do. But in this one, I'm looking for my opponent. I see he's trying to do a little retake, but I realize I can kind of jump down, get a nice little tag, but I notice he's still moving up, so I kind of mirror his movement, get a 144 pump, and kind of just match him and get overall good tracking. In this one, I realize I have height, so I start ramping up. As my opponent's trying to come up, I crack him once while I'm jumping down, but I track him while he's ramping up, and he doesn't protect his back, so I just know where he's going to be, get an easy shot off. In this clip here, I think me and my opponent are both fighting for right. We both don't have it yet, so I know he's kind of near me, but he kind of just phases through my floor, and I see it happening. Line my crosshair before he kind of pulls up, and then he just phases right up, do a nice one pump. That is going to be all for the video today, guys. Hopefully you guys all did enjoy the video. As always, if you guys did enjoy the video or enjoy my content at any time, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. And big thank you to Swiss Army Gaming for this video suggestion. If there's anything else you want to see me make a video on and cover, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. That's all for me, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.